Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to speak on a topic that is spinal instrumentation. So we have already discussed about the biomechanics, about the various anatomical important component of the vertebra in the cervical spine. We have also discussed the characteristics of the thoracic vertebra. We also discussed about the lumbar vertebra. Today we are going to talk how we have to do instrumentation, particularly of the pedicle set in the spine. You know, before pedicle screw is being in practice today, there are so many techniques were available earlier, like Liquis technique. Liquis means L shape. Hertz rectangle. We have seen, Hertz rectangle is not available. Hertz rectangle, which we can apply. That the Harrington rod system. Liquis, Harrington rod system, Hertz rectangle, sublaminar wire technique. So many techniques are here. But as of now, today, it is being settled to address most of the spinal instrumentation for the pedicle screw fixation. Why pedicle screw fixation is better? Now, question arises that whenever there is a pathology there in the anterior aspect, the time when people used to go anteriorly to address the pathology, it is logical also. Suppose there is infection there, some sort of pathology, but tumor is there. It is logical to go anteriorly and do the fixation. That time was there. But as of now, it is said that then what you are doing? You are doing the instrumentation here in the anterior vertebra. So the fixation is done in the anterior column. Yes, it is anterior column. Other columns are not disturbed. Then again, if there is a pathology then the posterior side here, then there is a fixation you can do something between the lamina, or in the even also spinous process, or in the transverse process also you can do fixation. But that essentially is going to address only that column. So we know there are three columns in the vertebra: anterior column, middle column, posterior column. But none of this instrumentation technique address all the column. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Are you getting my point? So some pathology is supposing. So the advantage in this technique is that you are addressing all the three columns. Yes or no? Because you are starting pedicle screw mostly done from the posterior side. So if you are starting from the posterior side, going like this up to the anterior side, then that means you are addressing all the three columns. But none of these implants we have discussed, the Liquis technique, Hertz rectangle, or Harrington rod, they are going to only be mostly this posterior column. So from stability point of view, which is better, this or that? This is it, because you are addressing all the three columns. That is another advantage. Yes? Understood or not understood? So if you are addressing something from the side, starting from the posterior column, you are going to the middle column up to the anterior column. Yes or no? Now the stability point of view, this device is far better than that of the other implants we have discussed. Suppose the Harrington rod is being fixed, then it is only posterior. Hertz rectangle you are fixing here, posterior. Yes? Some sublaminar wiring technique. Whatever, there is only posterior column. But here advantage is you are addressing all the posterior, all the columns. So that is stability point of view. Pedicle screw fixation is better. Better in the sense that it can encompass all the three columns. So that is why it is stability point of view is better rather than the others. Understood that point? So that is why it is important to know technical points also. Before the technical points, one should understand the basic things. Basic thing is the vertebra. See how the vertebra is designed, what part is the pedicle, and where you are supposed to go. This thing is to be always very clear. So most of the time we are doing the pedicle screw fixation for the lumbar area. So now let us talk about the lumbar area. Today we will be talking about the lumbar and something about the thoracic also. But what about cervical spine? The cervical spine is mostly addressed by the lateral mass fixation. We have discussed what are the part called lateral mass between the two your articular surfaces and the lateral border and the medial ridge. So this is area your called lateral mass. Because lateral mass, though the fixation is not very strong, had it been pedicular screw, it is better. But since the cervical spine does not have to bear more weight, so that fixation is quite enough for providing stability. But this is not true for the spine. For this area getting more load than this area. Yes or no? Quite simple. So the person is standing, you will find. That is why the design of the vertebrae says this is small and this is big. Why? Because this area needs to support on the head part. But this area along with this head, all the spine, along with the body part also being loaded here. So necessarily the load is far more here than this. So fixation wise, so that is necessarily if you want to do fixation here, it should be more strong than that of the cervical spine. Yes. So that is why in the cervical spine, lateral mass we have already discussed. Lateral mass part. Then see, where you are going to do the lateral mass. See, so you are going to do the fixation here. This is called lateral mass. This area, this area, this area. Lateral border like this. This is this lamina is coming like this, and there is a furrow here. So the part between the superior and inferior articular surface is that called a lateral mass. And due to fixation here, and there are various techniques are there to pass the screw here. Yes, Roy-Camilli technique mostly used. Very good. Okay. But what about the pedicle screw? Pedicle screw fixation is also being done in cervical spine. But there is a risk over here because you have to go in a narrow zone of safety. Medially, you may be inside, you have the cord, laterally you have the vertebral artery. So you have a very narrow zone to work. So if you are not in the right track, there is a possibility of injury to the vital structures. And it is not very essential, but people used to do. People is nothing like that, they are not doing, people used to do. But most of the time, convenient to work with the lateral mass. It is understood? Now, thoracic area we will talk how we have to go for it. Let us start because the lumbar area is most common in here. Now, lumbar area pedicle screw fixation, how to do. Exposure and other thing we are not talking. We are not talking about the prone position. Patient is in prone position. You are taking care of the only. The important thing that while the patient is in the under anesthesia, you are supposed to be very careful also. You must take care of the eyes, so that do not you should not have more pressure over here, because blindness following the spinal injury, though this rare, is possible. So you have to take care of the part. One, take care of the only bony points. Only bony points. Yes, that is very important. Cushioning, other things are there. Positioning part, that is more important. And also the abdomen part should be always free and suspended. So abdomen should be free, so that while it is in ventilation, and abdomen should not have a pressure. So that is why we give bolster here, bolster in this area, so that the abdomen is always free. These things are standard thing. We are not going to talk into it, but then you are supposed to know. And all the bony landmark, bony points which are under pressure, because the surgery is long and it is under pressure for a long time by knee or other part, you should be very careful to. So if you are not taking care of that part, then there will be pressure sore and a problem will be there. So you have to take care of the only bony points, abdomen, eyes, all the things. Now patient in this exposure is being done. Now, while for the newcomer, it is always ideal to expose up to the lateral tendrous process. So midline incision is being made, paraspinous muscles are retracted, reflected. Yes, understood that point. Next point is that for the newcomer or those who are doing the spine surgery in the early part, it is better to expose the transverse process, because this is better for the orientation. We are all concerned about the entry point. So entry point is very important to us. If it is not the proper entry point is there, it may be mistaken. If it is mistake, it will cause damage. So we must know that. So that is why for orientation it is better to expose the particularly upper border and the inferior border. That will be exposed. Now we are all concerned about the entry point in the pedicle screw fixation. How we are going to do it? Yes. See, how we are going to do that? You have to dissect and you have to find out the joint. Diatrial joint is exposed. Then also equally you have to expose the transverse process. Now find out the midpoint of the transverse process like this. This is the midpoint and the midline is down. Understood? Now you draw another line by the side of this, by the lateral border of your joint. Understood? This area where it is meeting, it is your entry point. Clear? So in the lumbar area, we try to find out the transverse process. We try to find out the inferior border. We try to find out the superior border. It may not be necessary to go up to the tip, but at least you are supposed to have the upper and the inferior border. After getting this border, we try to find out the midpoint of this part of the transverse process. This part we can give a mark with the help of cautery also. So we are giving a mark over there. This is the midline of the transverse process. Now we have also exposed the joint. This is your superior articular surface. This is your inferior articular surface. Yes, you know the orientation of the diatrial joint, facet joint in the lumbar area is side to side. Whereas in the thoracic area, you find it is overlapping to each other. We will talk while we will talk about the thoracic area. But here you are supposed to know the orientation. Then the orientation in the cervical area is also different. So this gross anatomy and the orientation should be your mind. Number 2 point is that while you are looking for the pedicle in the thoracic area, it is almost going a bit straight. See, it is straight. Yes or no? But in the lumbar area, you find it is somehow a bit going medially. See, the long axis is going medially. So this is the pedicle here. This is the pedicle here. Unlike the thoracic area, which is straight, it is a bit going towards the midline. Yes, that a bit it is also important for us. So you must have a orientation in your mindset that what is the direction normally of pedicle attaching to the body in thoracic area as well as in lumbar area. Lumbar area is going towards the midline. Thoracic area somehow it is parallel. Yes sir? Again, see the attachment of the body. Attachment, see, in lumbar area, in thoracic area, where it is attached, this is the upper part. But unlike in the lumbar area, it is almost middle. Got my point? So that is also important. See, this is your what vertebra? It is thoracic vertebra. So articular surface is there. It is going down thoracic. Now look at this, your attachment of this pedicle. Where it is attached in the body? In the upper half, not in lower half. Yes or no? So necessarily, while you take the orientation, then you are supposed to be towards the upper side because it is upper part. And you will find that this, see it in necessarily, see it is going almost straight. There is no conversion. So necessarily, your attachment in the point will be somehow a bit higher than that to be at entry point in the lumbar area. Yes or no? This is quite clear. Because in the lumbar area, body is attached here, almost middle part. So necessarily our entry point is somehow will be lower than that of the entry point of the thoracic area. It is clear. One point is clear. Number 2 point is that it is going almost straight. But in the lumbar area, it is almost a bit converging. It is going, see the direction you can make out there, it is going towards the midline. It is going towards the midline. Understood? Yes, that point. And also the attachment, you see the attachment, how it is attached. So how it is a bit down below than that of your thoracic area. So necessarily, so that points are very important for orientation. As I said, it is conversion. So this conversion also, you see, it is 5, it is 4, it is 3, it is 2, it is 1. Yes? So it is said that conversion which I mentioned is around 5 degree in the L1, which is 10 degree in L2, L3 15, 20, 25. And in the sacrum also very important, it is almost 30 degree. Understood? One point. That is supposed to be conversion. So if you are fixing here, you are going too much, a bit more conversion. But in L1, only 5 degree. These things are important. So we are, first thing that we are going to make a hole over here. Where this is the outer border of the joint. This is the midpoint of the transverse process. Where is the entry point? Entry point is the junctional point over here. So initially we use this diamond awel sort of thing. What? Why? You try to break it. Because if you do not break it here, our idea. So see this. Okay. Now you look at this here. So it is going like this. So now our point is that the midpoint is here. It is here. So our point is we should start like this. So in the direction, you know, I need to go a bit medially. So what is the vertebra now? It is 3. So 3 means how? 15. Almost, see, it is perpendicular, so I may need to go a bit 15 degree. So 15 degree must have adjustment. It is 0. It is going 5 degree and 50 degree. Yes. So this is 1. So I have to enter it like this. I have to enter like this, and after that, after piercing this here arterioaortic cortex, one can use this. Not that. So you can use this instrument for 2 purposes. One, it is said as a you can gear shape technique. This is called gear shape technique. So initially the curvature you can put this outer side. So go like this. Then once you go around 20, you can serve it like the medially and go inside. Yes, I can make a hole like this. So this is called gear shape technique and keeping this axis like this. Okay. Finally, after going to at least here, at least 40, 30 to 40, well, you can go even sometime more. Lumbar area you can get sometimes even 50 also. You can extend. Yeah? So it depends upon the size of the vertebra. So after going there, so what next thing you have to put? You put a sound over there. Sound is important to have the feeling. So this is the artificial bone, this is a nasal bone. So I have made a hole over here. Supposing this is a vertebra, which is nasal vertebra. So you are putting the sound over there. So I initially broken the outer cortex. Then with the gear shift technique, we are going outer, then going inner. Okay. After making this hole, you are putting to put the sound inside. The sound is important to have the feeling that all side you are having bone. So I am going to superior surface. Yes, I am having a feeling that I am having a rough surface, giddy sound. Yes, so I am. So suppose you say the lateral one, you are supposed to see the medial one, and you are supposed to see the inferior one. And finally up to the end that I am not piercing it. So the 5 ball concept. This is very important because anywhere you feel something soft. So if you are tracing it there, I am feeling something soft. That means inferior wall is somehow violated. If you are doing like this, you find that the medial wall is coming to soft. Oh, that means I have violated the medial wall. So this is very important. This sound is feeling that you put it inside. And it also gives you another additional sign that gives a length. How much you are going. So you can take the help of your artery forceps and hold it like this and give it, that gives a length how much you are supposed to go. Understood? So that is again I am talking that I am dissecting this part. Border is found. Midpoint is the same. Junctional point. Make a hole with this diameter. Yes? Now you are using this pedicule finder. Put it inside. Go in gear shift technique, curve about it, then in turn go upward. So that will make the whole track. Finally, you have to have a feeling with the help of this sound that every wall is intact and you have a giddy feeling. There is no soft feeling. Anywhere you are getting somewhere soft means you are violating the wall. That is very important. If you are violating wall, you have to reconfirm. That means your track is not correct and you need to do something. It is not the right track. Understood that point? Then it also helps us to give you the length. How much is supposed to go. Okay, fine. So next thing is supposed to go for the tapping. We have a tape here. So tape. So tape can be done to tap the initial part. Initial cortex is important. In here. But rest of the part, it is not very important to do. Because all these are cancellous part. So it is goes easily. Now, I am going to put this screw here. This is for demonstration purpose. So one thing you are supposed to understand that the screw determination size, depending upon the size of the vertebra. Bigger the vertebra, bigger the screw. Smaller the vertebra, smaller the screw. It may be innie or outie, whatever it might be. No, you screwdriver. You can. Okay. This is the screw, supposing I am applying here. Okay, for demonstration purpose it is going. One thing you have to understand that how much you are supposed to go. You are supposed to not go up to the anterior 1/3. Make it shorter than that of your 1/3. Why it is important? See. So if you are putting, suppose for demonstration purpose I am putting this thing here. Screw is put. I am putting, okay, this is the screw, it is going. So it is going like this. See, it is for the demonstration purpose. So you are violating this part. And at this moment of time, you are going to take an X-ray to see. Okay, I am taking the X-ray. Now what will happen in the tip? It is covered by this muscle. So once the X-ray is being coming over there, you will see in the image, you will find very happy that your head, the tip of the screw is inside the bone. But in true sense, it is only violating. So, since it is round one, so it is straight one, and while the lateral view is going to overlap this part, you have a mis-idea that you are in true sense. But in true sense, you are doing damage. So if you are doing more, and if you come to the level of this vertebra that I am going deep, that means you are penetrating more, probably you may damage some important structure. So always to the safer side, it is always better to 1/3. It should not violate the 1/3. That is for the screw part, 1 point. Number 2 point is that one can go a bit medially. See, so that can be done if I am putting the screw like this. It is better. Process wise better. Length-wise you can give more length. What is more important that you should not never cross the midline. So supposing this is the midline over there, it is screw. This should be understand that this is the midline over there. Okay? And my screw, I am going like this. So if I am going like this, it is, if I am violating this medial tip, midpoint, not good. You can give conversion screw, but you should not never cross the midline. Understood that point? So these things should be always clear. So the size and this determination of the sky is important depending upon the vertebral size. So necessarily for the bigger vertebrae you have to go 5, 5.5, even 6. 6.5 also sometimes in big bone. Yes, that is one. So initially you make a open tap this initial part, not the far part, because that part is almost spongy, may not need to do, goes easily. Now in case of your lumbar area, we supposed to go 5 degree onwards converging, but conversion is supposed to be careful that I am not going too much converging. Too much converging means I am violating the midline. Violating midline means probably may damage the medial cortex. So that is why it is not important. That is why it is important that you are not going too much medially. 1 point. And you have to go like this up to the L5 vertebra. So that is very important that you have to be convergent but never cross the midline. 1 point. And number 2 is that never go beyond 1/3. This 1/3 is dangerous. So better to be in safer side always. That as I showed, that there is a misconception there that it is here. So better if it is this. So your zone of safety should be at this area. So this is safe. Not cross beyond this. So as I told you that if you cross it, you may be actually penetrating the anterior cortex. But whereas this X-ray will come as if it is inside this, because there will be overlapping. That leads to misconception. Probably in this situation, cross-sectional CT scan will going to confirm that actually you are out. And too much out is dangerous again. You do not know what is there anteriorly. You may injure a very important site because all the aorta vena cava is very nearby. So you have to be very cautious and penetrating, because it is a very good, but you have to be careful as well. Yes, sir. So this is one. This part is your lumbar area. So how to differentiate this midpoint? When I find out the entry point. Yes, and that is one. And 1 point is that whether I need to go like this or this in this plane. That is also important, that you may need to take the lateral view. See how. So lateral view, because in prone position in under anesthesia, the shape of the shape becomes different. So in lumbar lordosis is lost, is flat. Are you getting my point? So the directions of the pedicle may be changed because patient is in prone position and patient is under anesthesia. In this situation, it is always better to go for a lateral view and determine the direction in which direction is supposed to go, whether posteriorly, caudally or cephally. So, are you getting my point? Same thing is true for the thoracic. Now in the thoracic area, what you are, see in the thoracic area, if you look at it, this part is clear, understood, and the point you understood how to. Now in the same thing you are going to do in the thoracic area. Now thoracic area, you see, important point to understand is that the joints are overlapping each other. Overlapping. Unlike your lumbar area, which is side to side. Now the joints are overlapping like this. So joints are very important to determine. So in this situation also, you see, you try to find out the joint. Many times it is very difficult, it is covered by capsules and everything. Here also you do the dissections of the transverse process. Yes? So I am doing it here. In lumbar area you see, whatever I am going to do. So this is dissection is being done. So this is the upper part of the transverse process, this is your inferior part of the transverse process, and this is your joint area. Now, where is the entry point? So this is your inferior articular surface, this is your superior articular surface. Understood? So what it is overlapped like this. and many a time the joints are approximating like this. So it is very difficult to find out. So necessarily you need to trace this area and do the dissection in this area. Find out the joint. Many times you can take it to towel clip and do the movement and look for the joint movement. So joints are very important to find here. So it is overlap each other, you have to find out. Are you getting my point? So it is overlapped by the inferior is overlapping the superior. Yes? Now, how to find out the entry point in thoracic area? So in the thoracic area, you see, you have to transverse process should be differentiated. Understood? Now, here instead of going for the midpoint of the transverse process, we are going to the upper 1/3 of the transverse process now. So there are three halves. These are the three halves in the transverse process of the. Yes. Now we are taking the upper half, not the middle or the lower half. Middle half we consider in case of lumbar. Here it is the upper half. Now this joint is very difficult to find. So what you are going to do? We have to dissect this area and if necessary nibble out. Now the same thing is true for this also, that while you are going, that if you are going to do the dissection like this and this point is coming over there, the midpoint after dissecting this area is your entry point for the screw in case of your thoracic area. You have to dissect this part, nibble out this area. Now the superior articular surface is exposed. Now take the midpoint of this area and cross-sectional part from here. Cross-sectional part. See, this is the joint border. This is your upper 1/3. This area is your entry point. You need to cut this part and expose this. Now, same thing is applicable here. The initial cortex is broken by diamond well. Again, pedicule finder can be used to find out this tract. As you know, here one thing you have to understand, that this, how is direction with pedicule? See, the pedicules are going caudally. See, you can see the pedicule attachment. See here, it is going a bit caudally. Yes or no? So it is going a bit caudally. So if it is going caudally, that means your direction of this will go for it caudally. Yes? And I told you that you supposed to be almost straight. Now it should be, direction should be straight, yes, and caudal. Convergence is not very essential here, because attachment is of the bone like this. Unlike here, it is really converging. In thoracic area, it is almost straight. So it is straight and caudal because direction is. But whether you need to, how much caudal, it is determined by the lateral view also. You take a lateral view, you know the attachment of direction of the pedicule, then you have to go in that direction. Rest part of this same, that you are going to use a sound inside. Put it there inside and find out the filling. That filling is very important. Then put this screw. There are certain other techniques also, in-to-out technique, starting from the transverse process. Go there. Again you will find an area of soft where there is no bone. Again you are hitting the bone lateral side of the body. That is in-to-out fracture. So that into-out your fixation. So in, out, in. Are you getting my point? That is another technique. From the transverse process you can go towards the body. Okay, fine. But there is a possibility of the injury, the pleural attachment. Pleural attachment is very approximate. So that may cause the damage to the pleura. So that is why people sometimes use it when they find difficulty in finding this technique. May take the other technique helpful in doing the pedicle fixation. So this is broadly the concept is this, that mostly we do go for the lumbar area, then thoracic area, very less fixation is done in the cervical area. Cervical area fixation, most lateral mal fixation. Thoracic area, pedicle. Lumbar area, pedicle. Extension of this area depends upon the pathology. What is the pathology? Where is the fracture, etc., etc. That's a different thing. Otherwise, in lumbar area, how you are finding this entry point? In thoracic area, how you are going to find out your entry point? After entry point, break the outer cortex with the help of diamond. Then use the pedicle finder. You take it. That is being done. And then you are filling this wall with the help of the sound. The sound is going to give you feeling of bony, gritty feeling. Right? Rough feeling will be there. Anyway, if you are getting softness, it is not a good sign. So you have to determine. Yes, length, as I said, be careful that you should not go beyond 1 third. This is risky because you may not be actually in the bone. Though the lateral view may show that you are inside the bone. As I showed, it may pierce and may also give a wrong impression. But confirmation can be done cross-sectional view of the CT scan. So this is basically the instrumentation in the thoracic, instrumentation in the lumbar area. Any question, anything to be discussed, any point to be clarified?